Tell me when.
Back at it with another.
Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the campus of Liberty High School here in Lake St. Louis, Missouri. My name's Tom Hartbeck. I'm alongside Eric Callahan for this one. Our cameraman is Gavin Anderson, and we are going to bring you Zumwalt North versus Liberty. Zumwalt North comes into this one at 3-3. Liberty, not so much, Eric.
Yeah, that was – I couldn't believe when I saw that Liberty lost 76-7 to Washington. It was amazing. I couldn't believe to see that. But if you're Zumwalt North, you know, you got two losses that happened. You got a inferior team here, and you can run DJ Jones all night and hopefully put some points up quick and forget the last two losses and get yourself in back in good contention for district.
Yeah, you're coming off a Holt loss that was 14-7, and then Vashon, where you hung in it for a little bit, and then you just couldn't quite close the gap.
Yep.
Had a chance to actually come back and tie, but then couldn't finish it off. It was kind of like the Mizzou-Georgia game when you think about it.
Oh, don't remind me of that. That was bad.
Yes, it was. But tonight should be a very, very different story. Liberty, though, does run that Navy offense.
Yep.
So sometimes it will be difficult to stop them, but they are not, as you have to say, a scoring kind of a team.
I will say this. If you're going to run an offense like that, you got to make sure your defensive line can get good penetration in the backfield and just don't over-pursue. Because if you over-pursue, when you have an offense like that, that's when you can get hurt on defense. Stay in your lane. You got good size advantage over Liberty. You hold your gap control. Stay in your lane on defense. The linebackers keep their eyes on the backfield. You should be okay.
Yeah, and Liberty, does, as I said, when they run that Navy offense, they're going to try and throw the ball as much as they can, but they're going to run counters.
Oh,
and
yeah.
that's the whole name of their offense.
Yep.
So as long as you can get Shane Pruitt and P.J. Henderson involved on that defensive front, along with Alex Goki at the nose tackle position, you should be okay. And Zumwalt North certainly has the athletes on offense to contend and put up a lot of points. We might be able to get home early tonight.
Yeah, I mean, we'll see what happens. Typically when they run counters, they have pulling guards and pulling tackles. So if you're on the defensive line, you just got to make sure and keep your eyes on that. And if you can get into those gaps quickly, you might be able to get those tackles in the backfield. After a while, Liberty might have to change something up, and that's a win.
Well, last couple of times these teams have played, it's been all Zumwalt North. A couple of years ago, it was a monsoon here at Liberty.
Yeah, we got great weather tonight. This is great.
Tonight, as we get set for kickoff, 6:58 in the evening, 55 degrees right now, a high of only 63 today, but a low of 44, the first real brisk game of the year. Back deep for Zumwalt North, who will receive, is DJ Jones. On the far side, you have Mark Futrell, and up the middle is, Braden Miller. And we get whistles here early. So Braden Miller's taken back 3 kicks for a touchdown, 2 punts and a kickoff. He's trying to make it 4. I wouldn't doubt if he gets that chance this year. We've got South next week, and that's going to be
that's a home game, too.
A slight trap, the battle for the helmet.
Yep. All right,
so this is the dress rehearsal. They'll do us
let it go.
Basically a onside kick, and we're underway.
Yep.
That one goes out of bounds, and looks like you're going to get the ball almost at the 50.
Yeah, you're going to get the ball. Yeah, typically I think that kind of stuff is on the 40-yard line. I thought something was funny, though. They were going to kick off, and then they stopped. I thought maybe it was because it started a couple minutes early, but they obviously were going to try to trick them and do an onside kick. I guess when you're in the inferior team, why not?
You got anything has to go.
Yep.
You haven't won a game all year. It's been pretty tough. So North in their customary all white, Liberty in red helmets with red, white, and blue uniforms. Very nice.
Yep.
4 wideouts. O'Neal in the flat, caught on the far side, and wrestled down. Nice job by Maurice Hamilton. Hamilton has not been a big target this year.
And this is my 4th game. I haven't heard his name maybe one time. It's
Yeah.
not been very often.
He's kind of turned into the quasi-tight end just because of his size.
Yeah, if you have that kind of a playmaker that you can work with, that's a good thing to have.
O'Neal showing option here,
Oh.
gets away. Now he's totally flush, goes to the far side of the field, got back to the original line, and close to the first down.
I think he got it, and I'm telling you this right now. This is exactly what I was talking about. Zumwalt North, and you mentioned it too. Connor O'Neal is a very good athlete in terms of getting away from trouble, and he was able to get away from trouble. I thought he was going to get tackled in the backfield, shed that tackle off, and got a first down out of it. And you just got to keep doing that, keep taking advantage of that.
Well, one of his predecessors, Cairo Payne, was a magician at that. Man in motion far side. That was Miller, but a handoff to Andy Guthrie. Goes up the middle for a gain of about 5. And you say run DJ Jones, but DJ Jones has been slotting in at that slot wide receiver position most of the year. But North likes to run out of that position as well.
Yeah, I did see that. He was on the near side in the slot. Maybe they'll give him the ball a little bit. He's got that speed. I mean, when we did the game on the 2nd of September, he had that kickoff return. Unfortunately, got called back, but he was really fast on that.
So the wide receivers out there right now are Madare, Jones, Miller, and Hamilton. False start on North. That'll push him back. At 7 o'clock, 55 degrees. By the end of the game, we're down to about 46.
Oh, that's awesome.
4 wideouts. Braden Miller, the man in motion. It's a handoff to Miller. Cuts the corner up the far side. And he cut inside that time, and maybe only got about 4.
Yeah, but that's that outside running that you like to see on inferior teams like that. They got to keep that up because from what I've seen so far, Liberty is much slower on defense.
3rd down and 5 from the 43. And you're good at giving defensive color here, Eric, because you are a former nose tackle.
Yep. It's like they only have 3 up front, 3-4.
3-4 defense to the spread offense. Jones, the man in motion.
There he goes.
Hand off to Jones around the corner. First down. And dragged down from behind.
There we go. DJ Jones on an outside run. That's good to see.
The passing game in this offense is just a little hard to describe if you've never watched North before. A wide receiver basically turns into a blocker for a slot man. A slot wide receiver is probably the most active player on the field next to the quarterback. Connor O'Neal going to tuck it and run. Couldn't get much on the play. So just under 9 minutes to play now. 2nd down and 10. From the 37 is what the clock says. Madare, then Jones, then Miller, then Hamilton. In the backfield, Andy Guthrie, a very capable running back. O'Neal showing option, going to keep it himself. Has the first down the sideline. He is gone. Touchdown, Panthers. Connor O'Neal, that's something he hasn't done very much this year from distance.
Yep, that was a good read. There was nothing on the outside. He could have either pitched it or he kept it. There was one blue jersey, and no one after that. There was nothing within 10 yards. It's a good idea, and he used his speed, took advantage, got in the end zone for an early 6.
And even though Connor is not the fastest mobile quarterback, he does show some smarts.
He did there, yeah,
back
for
there.
sure.
Snap back, ball down, kick up, and through the uprights. That makes it 7-0. We'll take a quick break, be right back. Panthers on top here early. You are watching Panther Broadcasting, powered by Prepcast.
to get that extra 10%. Reach the next level with Athletic Republic. Athletic Republic is science-based performance sports training, delivering intense, position-specific, one-on-one training. Stop working out and start training. Visit your local Athletic Republic training center today. Athletic Republic, where athletes who give 110% get the extra 10%.
Welcome back, everybody. Panther Broadcasting, powered by PrepCast. My name's Tom Hartbeck. I'm alongside Eric Callahan. 7-0 Panthers. And it didn't take very long.
No, not really. That was a quick drive. That's exactly what the Panthers needed. A quick, easy drive. Now it's time to play defense.
Noah Page to kick. It's high. It will be short.
It's returnable.
In a very returnable situation to the far side of the field, and then brought down from behind. A nice return that time by Ethan Weller. And no heights and weights listed for Liberty. Head coach Ryan McMillan. First and 10 from the 30, 8:30 on the clock. And do my eyes deceive me, it is a shotgun formation.
Wow.
That is very different from what we're accustomed to see Liberty run. Shane Pruitt on the tackle. It's almost basically like an empty backfield. They're going to run almost the whole game, it looks like.
Well, that's a very easy offense to prepare for. I mean, because he took that ball and you just kept it and didn't get anything out of it.
Yeah, and when you're running empty backfield, you've got to have some kind of blocking, and that's one thing they haven't had. Trying to get a number here on the Liberty quarterback, but he's got his jersey all hiked up. Pass out in the flat, incomplete. I believe that is...
It's like a 5 to me, but I can't tell.
Yeah, it looks like maybe 6. There is no 5 on their roster, so I'm thinking that's Austin Steenbeck.
Let's see.
We'll get a view for it here when they come to the sideline, as this is now 4th down. 4th and 8 from the 32, 7:29 on the clock. East going 3 and out. I can see the quarterback on the sideline now heading towards the bench as the punt is away. Very good punt. Spiral. Takes a decent bounce and then is down inside the 35. So that's where North will take over.
After the punt, the Panthers will take over on the 37-yard line.
I can't make it out.
All right, that looks like a number 9.
That's Noah Kuhner.
Yeah, Noah Kuhner or Keener or something like that.
Kuhner. First and 10 from the 37. North will start out with decent field position on their second attempt. O'Neal has DJ Jones in motion. Going to be a handoff to Jones, going around the corner. Maybe 3.
May not have been a big run, but it is a gainer, and you got a few yards out of it. And if you keep running the ball, you're going to wear them out, and that's what you got to do.
And that's North's bread and butter.
Oh yeah,
as well. I've only ever seen North run one other formation other than 4 wideouts. They ran a 2 running back set and bunched everybody close to the line when they played Chaminade 3 years ago. Handoff to Guthrie. Gets met at the line and then falls forward for maybe 2. So a 3rd down and about 6. And this is the situation that North's kind of been hamstrung with this year. This is obviously a passing down, but they don't really have that in their repertoire to really utilize. So we'll see what they end up doing. O'Neal's going to run the pitch. He's going to keep it himself, and he is going to be short
Boy, that is close, though.
by a yard, I would think. But again, Joe Bacon is probably going to end up going for this.
I would think so. You're at midfield, and you got a defense that really hasn't. I mean, it is 4th down, but each play has been 3 or 4 yards. I definitely would go for it. Why not?
They break the huddle. It is Madare, then DJ Jones, then Braden Miller, then Hamilton to the far side. Guthrie, the running back. Keeper by O'Neal. Met at the line and then dives forward to move the chain.
Yep, there we go. We got it. I mean, that was simple. Just keep it and run it, and you got the first down. You got a few yards out of it. And like I said, each play has been positive yards.
Don't you wish Mizzou could do that?
It would make sense.
Because you know what? Mizzou's offense isn't too different.
No, not really. Let's pass the ball 3 times when you're up by 10.
Yeah. Pass is incomplete to the far side, intended for Hamilton. But when you think about it, DJ Jones really is Luther Burden's role, and he's not being used that way.
Mm-hmm.
You don't even want to talk about it, do you?
Yeah, don't get me started on that, man.
Oh, man. 7-0 here early. Take care of some business here. This game sponsored by Bleachers Sports Bar and Grill, also St. Charles Flying Service, and Prepcast.com. Thank you very much. It is O'Neal who's going to pull it down and scamper for maybe 6.
He was brought down by number 29, Summers.
Aiden Summers with the tackle.
That brings up a 3rd down for the Panthers.
So 3rd down and 5 here once again.
Here we go. Another 3rd and manageable in my eyes.
Is it really that cold? I'm seeing a few guys on both sides with the face warmers going on.
I think it's just kind of a shock to the system. We haven't had a day like this probably since April.
Yeah.
That's all it is.
4 wideouts. O'Neal calling signals and moving on the line
It's not what they need.
was Alex Goki, and he has to walk back. So now you're in a passing down
Exactly.
where Connor O'Neal's going to have to open up his arm a little bit. He can throw the ball. He just never has the opportunity to throw the ball. But watch, I wouldn't doubt if Coach Bacon just runs his simple counter play here. They'll run trips to the near side. Braden Miller is the inside slot man. O'Neal scrambling, gets one off far side. Miller incomplete. And that'll bring up 4th and long.
And that's probably why they don't throw a lot, because there was not much separation with the wide receiver there.
No, and Braden Miller last year was accustomed to, I'm going to catch this on the run and try and get a yard on my man. Because
Exactly.
Peyton Hoker could air it out and get it down the sideline. Connor O'Neal, on the other hand, not that kind of a quarterback. And admittedly so, he likes to run the ball, but you do have to have that aerial threat. As O'Neal looking, now going to get it off was Braden Miller. It's a very good punt inside the 10. And it'll roll pretty much to the 7. So I think they'll take that.
Oh, yeah, that's a great punt. He got the rugby-style punt, and he was able to pin him inside the 10. That's what you need when you have the difficult offense that Liberty has.
Yeah, I would probably say Braden Miller and DJ Jones, the 2 best players on this team.
Oh, without a doubt.
And, you know, they have come a long way since Cairo Payne and Tyler Oakes and Chris Futrell. Now, again, I'm naming all Division I players, but Liberty starts out. Kuhner gets one out over the middle, caught, and then dropped. They say incomplete. Was intended for Matt Manaccio. If I butchered that, I apologize. Not Italian.
That's Italian, SpongeBob.
Yeah. Oh, only you
Yeah,
would pull a
I-
SpongeBob reference.
I had to, man. It was just too easy.
Only you would pull a SpongeBob reference on a broadcast. Thanks
I-
very much.
I had to bring in some humor there. Why not?
Second down and 10 from the 8.
Sorry, right as you were calling the play. That was bad timing. Oh, well.
Liberty sets up with a shotgun spread. Looking, Kuhner, far side, now going to kind of keep it himself. Is that a safety? One arm's up. I don't believe it is. He is going to be given forward progress, I think, here.
Yeah, and then again in high school, once that forward motion, that forward progress is stopped, that whistle blows.
So fourth down once again from the shadow of their own goalpost. You know, when you're on it, you played on some okay teams and you played on some bad teams over at Howell North,
Yeah.
but
It was bad.
hey, you went 4-6. your
4 and
senior year.
4 and 6, 4 and 7. I guess that's
Yeah.
that's not horrible.
No, but when you're winless like this, what's it feel like?
You be honest with you,
Yeah.
you don't even want to play the game. It's you were out there because you kind of have to.
Yeah, downed inside the 40
It's
at the 35, so that's going to be good field position to start.
yeah, that is very good field position. I mean, especially if you're an inferior team like we were, and you play like Howell or Zumwalt West, it's really hard to motivate yourself because you know you're going to lose because you're just physically you're vastly inferior. However, you still got to play, and you never know what happens. But
He pulled out some wins.
we got 4. That was the best record we had since like 2009.
Far side is where we set up. 4 wide receivers, DJ Jones in motion. It's a counter play. Guthrie blocks. Jones runs forward and then gets close to the first down.
Boy, DJ had some speed on that.
Yeah, he did. If he would have gotten one more block, he probably would have been free and clear.
Mm-hmm.
So as we said, this game pretty much a dress rehearsal for next week when you've got a major pride game with South. You have not lost to South in a long, long, long time. Handoff to Guthrie, has the first down, move the chains.
I mean, Zumwalt South has been a struggling program for a while, and the fact that they're 4-2, yeah, you don't want to take them lightly.
Well, they had Edmonds, that great wide receiver. So as we get set, O'Neal with 4 wide receivers, 2 each side. Now it's 3. Handoff to Guthrie. And maybe give him 3 or 4.
He was tackled by number 23, Jack Ryan.
So with a minute left here, second down and 8 from the 20. And we are at the end of the press box, so we're having to really peer around for that scoreboard.
Yeah, that score, I can't even see it where I'm sitting.
That's all right. Option play called here. O'Neal going to keep it. Has blockers, pylon, touchdown.
Yep. Another easy drive.
Same play, same result, same score. 13-0.
Yep. Again, they're just running the ball and they're running their. This is a perfect example of how when you have an offense like this, how this offense can be successful if run properly. And we're seeing it right here. I mean, this has been kind of domination so far in a way.
Yeah, and I was going to say this, the last time that Zumwalt South beat North was October 25th of 2012.
So that's 10 years.
You're coming up on 10 years, and they haven't played each other as much as CBC SLU, but that's probably the second longest drought in terms of power programs. I'm still going to call Zumwalt North a power program, even though they are in a rebuilding year. They were the top dogs in St. Charles County up until last year. Snap back, ball down, kick up, and good. So, 14-0, just over 45 seconds left here in the first quarter. We'll take another quick break. Be right back on Panther Broadcasting, powered by Prepcast.
Bus Lines has been serving the St. Louis metropolitan area since 1932, and they take pride in their well-maintained fleet of clean, comfortable, European-style motor coaches and vans. Whether you're interested in a tour of the beautiful and historic St. Louis area or a charter trip to the lower 48 continental United States or parts of Canada, it's Vandalia Bus Lines, the largest fleet in the St. Louis area. Call them at 800-542-4287.
Welcome back, everybody. Panther Broadcasting, powered by Prepcast. My name's Tom Hartbeck, alongside Eric Gallahan.
Yep.
And Gavin Anderson is being stalwart on the tech stuff today. And credit to Gavin, because he works early, sometimes 2 and 4 a.m. at Lambert St. Louis International. And this goes up the far side. A great return by Peyton Bertles. And that's decent field position.
It is. Now we'll see what kind of offense Liberty really can run, because the other 2 times they've had the ball, they've been pinned way back. So sometimes if you're pinned way back, you have to resort to something a little off your offense.
And looking at Liberty this year, it's been a pretty good struggle for them as they start out on offense from the 40-yard line, and whistles come in here.
Well, they have 2 wins.
Oh, they do. My mistake. I was calling them winless. And now, of course, my phone decides to glitch. But as they get set, empty backfield once again. Kuhner over to the far side of the field. First down, moves the chains, gain of 15. Yeah, they beat North Point 28-24, and then Roosevelt 63-8. But when you're winless against your main competition, Timberland, Holt, Washington, South.
And all 4 of those losses were pretty bad.
Yeah, I mean, 31-14 against Zumwalt South. I mean, not too bad. When you're getting beat 76-7, that's just tough.
And then what was that Holt game, 48-0?
Yes.
And then Timberland was 58-14, yeah.
I mean, credit to the kids, too, because it does show that you want to come out and play the game.
It's hard when you get beat like that to keep coming out. But like you said, credit to them.
And we want to wish a very good luck to the program over at St. Mary's, playing, I believe, DeSmet tonight. Kuhner to the far side, gets close to the first down. Their first home game since it was announced by the Archdiocese that they would close, and they lead 7-0. And of course, St. Mary's and DeSmet were the marquee matchup at the Zumwalt North Jamboree.
Yeah, that's a shame what's going on with St. Mary's, because that's such a great program right now.
Oh yeah, it is.
They're getting national attention.
Yeah, I mean, I think the year they won, last year when they won state, they were nationally ranked at one point.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and it's just you kind of have to understand why they close. As at the end of one, we are 14-0 here, North on top. But, like I said, St. Mary's, a longtime client of Prepcast.com and also a big tradition down there in South City. And the anchor of the Dutchtown neighborhood, they're going to fight to keep it open, but who knows what the future holds as Kuhner is back to pass. He's going long. Caught!
Oh, wow.
Wow!
That came out of nowhere. I did not expect that kind of play.
No. And it was a one-on-one play. They went up 50-50 ball. Braden Miller just didn't get the 50 other percent. And by the way, it could very well be St. Mary's last home game.
Yeah.
Regular season.
Yeah, that's their senior night.
Yeah. So they played De Smet. That's going to be a very interesting how that unfolds.
Well, let me.
So Kuhner at the 3. Going to tuck it and run. Touchdown. Liberty fighting back here, 14-6.
Alrighty, so we were talking about St. Mary's. They are 5-1.
Yeah.
So they are probably going to host a playoff game.
Yeah, but
I thought about that right now.
Yeah, they are probably going to host, but
and then that will likely be it on the 28th or 29th, whenever that is.
Yeah. 42-10 over SLU, 49-8 over Hazelwood East. You lost by 1 to Nequa Valley and Naperville up by Chicago. Beat Lutheran St. Charles, one of the best teams in the area, 56-20.
Wow.
Beat Duchesne, who is resurgent, 48-6. St. Dominic, who's up and coming, 49-10. And De Smet, who's always competitive in recent years, up by 7. So, and then you got Louisville Trinity from Kentucky, and then Lutheran North after this year. It's just hard to believe that they're going to close.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know how that archdiocese stuff works. Maybe they got low enrollment or something.
Yeah, 220 boys.
I mean, that's how. Well, look how Trinity went. Look how Trinity closed.
Yeah,
Trinity kind of was the same way. Trinity was a power in football, and then they closed.
So 14-7 here. North on top, but after a huge pass play by Kuhner, gets him to the 3, and then he runs it in. We'll keep you abreast from other scores around town. And ready position for kickoffs. This one is deep. Caught at the 10. Braden Miller. Shades to the far side. Now going to change direction. Got through just barely. Might have lost 5 yards on that, but
yeah, but
takes it over around the 20.
That's a break, though, because anytime you have a reverse field like that, I immediately look for a holding penalty or a block in the back or something like that, and there was no penalty. So that's kind of a break in a way. That's good coverage.
14-7. And a good student turnout across the way for Zumwalt North.
It's like they're bringing the pink a little bit. They got that breast cancer awareness stuff going on. It's October now.
Far side. Miller is the man in motion. He's got Guthrie as a blocker. Miller is into the secondary. One man to beat. Across the 50 to the 40 to the 30, 20 to the 10. Forced out.
Oh. That's a heck of a run, but you could tell Braden Miller around the 15 or 20 kept looking back because he saw people coming. So
you can't do that almost.
No, you can't. You just got to go. You know, if you don't have that breakaway speed, you know they're going to likely catch you. You just got to keep going because if you look, you're going to slow down.
I know you were a fan of the movie Concussion.
Oh, that was a great movie.
Yeah, and I have always thought, what is a more dangerous play, a kickoff hit or a hit where you're blindsided like that coming out from 40 yards away?
Oh, I got one for you.
Here is DJ Jones to the 5, push. Did he break the plane? No, down at the 1.
Definitely, in my eyes, a blindside block because at least you know if you're returning a kick, you know something's coming. It's the unknown that really can knock you out.
Yeah. Because you don't see it coming. Your head goes either which way.
Yep.
North trying to punch it in. Here's O'Neal to the outside. He's in. Touchdown, Panthers. And it's 20-7.
Sound like a broken record. Another pretty easy drive for the Panthers.
I want to see Connor O'Neill throw a passing touchdown this year, though. I do want to see that. Madare to hold. Noah Page to kick. Snap back, ball down, kick up, and down Broadway. So, 21-7. Got more business to take care of, and we will be right back. It is Panthers on top here midway through the first half.
To get that extra 10%. Reach the next level with Athletic Republic. Athletic Republic is science-based performance sports training, delivering intense, position-specific, one-on-one training. Stop working out and start training. Visit your local Athletic Republic training center today. Athletic Republic, where athletes who give 110% get the extra 10%.
Welcome back, everybody, to Panther Broadcasting, powered by PrepCast. My name's Tom Hartbeck, alongside Eric Callahan. We're here in Lake St. Louis, Liberty High School. And Zumwalt North is on top of the Eagles by a score of 21-7. Here's the kick. Excuse me, far side. Caught at the 8. Which way will they go? They got a hole. Nice job, and then brought down at the 35.
That ball almost came out. I saw when he got hit. He kind of reached his hands out.
And that was Steenbeck on the return.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, Steenbeck tried to reach his hand out, looks like, to try to get maybe another yard out of it. That ball almost came out. I saw white jersey jump down for it, but they called him down.
So Mark Futrell sets up as a cornerback. P.J. Henderson on the far side. They're going to try and run that one and maybe get 2 or 3.
Go duck your head in and say it's meant there, because his mom will say something.
Kuhner back to pass. Looking, going far side. Caught. And that is Matt Manocchio. Sean Robinson with the tackle. Everybody gets the tickle nowadays, and looks like it's starting to bite me. 3 wide receivers to the near side. Kuhner going to keep it. Dives forward. Will he move the chains? Yes, he will. So 1st and 10 from the 44. Was 3rd and 1. Liberty waits for the signal. Now comes set. They've got 3 wideouts plus a tight end. Kuhner back to pass. Here comes the blitz. Caught in the flat and then dragged down. And once again, that's Manocchio. Looks like he's the prime target in the wide receiver core. Liberty always been a passing offense that's been very effective. It's when they ran the ball out of that Navy offense that has hurt them, and now they've gone to a more conventional offense. Give the official tackle to Mark Futrell, who gets the push down, but on that play, Mark didn't look too ready, and he was kicking himself.
Yep.
Here come the middle linebackers. Handoff up the middle. That is, once again, going to be Steenbeck.
Actually, it looks like the running back looks like number 8, Marquise Williams, from what I'm seeing.
Yes, you're right.
And he's got some speed. So they're going to have to keep an eye on him.
Kuhner, here they come, and the sack and the throwdown. What a play coming off the far edge by Austin Bauer.
Boy, he came in with some bad intentions, didn't he?
Yeah, he did.
Oh,
He got
goodness.
around his man. He was coming for that sack. And then he did it exactly how you're supposed to do it. You wrapped your arm around the quarterback
Yep.
and threw him down.
Yeah, that's textbook right there. However, I am seeing
Yeah,
yellow
flag on the
laundry
play.
around the 35.
Holding on the defense. And hands to the face. So the way it marks out to be 2nd and 2. Kuhner, hand off to Williams. Ooh, big hit.
Well, we've got a score update from Troy. Troy is beating Howell North 12-0 in the first quarter, or ending the first quarter.
That's not too bad because Troy's a good program.
Yep, but
Talk about a turnaround, though. That Troy turnaround has been shocking. They were terrible for so long.
Troy used to be everybody's whipping boy. Yeah, they got it figured out fast.
And they used to run that Navy offense too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Troy's problem was they were just so small, and they would always get beat physically.
Now they're turning into grass-fed boys up there.
Yeah, oh yeah,
Yeah.
they're getting some of those Howell boys moving up north into
Yeah.
Lincoln County.
Yeah. And actually Zumwalt North too.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. High snap, Kuhner, hand off to Williams. Kuhner going to pull it down himself. Oh, nice run as he breaks a little quarterback read, use the chains, and he's inside the 10.
Boy, he's got a little bit of dangerous speed there. That was kind of unexpected.
Excuse me, inside the 20. Williams is the running back. 3 wide receivers plus a tight end to the near side. Kuhner back to pass, looking. Flag on the play. Bauer once again got to him, and they blow it dead.
Yeah, that's a break for the Eagles because that was an immediate sack.
I will say, though, last year, Francis Howell was knocked out of the playoffs by Troy.
I remember seeing
And
that.
credit to that Troy program, and a huge shout out to one of my friends up there, the voice of the Trojans, Steve Runge.
That was at Howell, wasn't it?
No, it was at Troy.
I thought it was at
Oh,
Howell.
no, it was at, you're right, it was at Howell.
And it was a goal line stand or something like that. It was all over Twitter.
Yeah, goal line stand, and they just broke it in somehow. It was a passing play.
Yeah, it was. You're right. It was
Yeah.
like a breakup in the end zone or something like that.
It was a great season by Troy last year. You can catch all their action over on 1280 AM KYRO 105.3. Back to pass, Kuhner looking far side, man open. Caught in the flat, far side, Minocchio. And Madare says no, but the referee going to give it to him anyway.
All right, we have another score update. Howell is up 28-0 on
Against
Timberland.
That's
Got a friend of mine who went there thinking it was going to be a good matchup.
thinking it was going to be a good matchup.
Yep.
Sack on the far side. Looks like first touch went to Xavier Jackson. 6'2", 210, number 53. He's a freshman, been rotated in and out. But I also have to note that Timberland's QB does have a concussion.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I just let him know that.
Kuhner to the end zone, incomplete. And that is 4th down, so the Panthers take over. (21-7) here in the second quarter. 4:36.
if you're the Panthers and you're Cotter O'Neill, you want to burn this thing down to the end of the half and get another score. That would really help things out.
CBC up on Vianney, 56.
50 to 6.
Wow, 50 to 6. Whoa, far throw, incomplete. Connor O'Neill has the arm. He just can't use it.
Mm-hmm.
I've said that a few times this year.
Not sure why they're passing here, though. They're up 21-7. You got less than 5 minutes and a half.
Get to the running clock.
Yeah, that's a good point.
But CBC up on Vianney, 50 to 6. That's getting ugly.
We got scores all over the place here tonight.
Far side. Keeper by O'Neill, not going much of anywhere. Jack Ryan makes the sack. Not Jack Ryan from the TV series with the guy who used to play Jim from The Office. I tell you, that was the weirdest ending to a TV series I've ever seen in my life. The latest season of Jack Ryan featured 7-7, St. Dominic and Duchesne. That's a good game. That's a rivalry.
Oh, yeah.
And I'll get to the Jack Ryan story here in a minute. 3 wideouts on the near side for O'Neill. He's back to pass, going to the far side of the field, caught in the flat. Looks like that is Braden Miller.
Yeah, Braden ran a good route.
Excuse me, that was Carter Madare.
Oh, okay. Well, then Carter Madera, he ran a great route there. He caught that ball in full motion.
Now,
Able to get those defenders juked out. He got a gain of like 10 to 12.
yeah, bubble screen.
That worked out well. Those bubble screens can be dangerous, but they ran that play well.
Yeah, Carter's been a target a few times, and he's kind of like the short yardage wide receiver.
It's like the Cole Beasley, Danny Amendola type guy.
Yes. Far side incomplete, but he had Andy Guthrie wide open in the flat.
I saw that.
So to finish the Jack Ryan story, John Kaczynski plays Jack Ryan, and I forget the actor's name, but if you've ever watched House of Cards, the guy who plays Doug, the minion in House of Cards with Kevin Spacey, is like his assistant. And the last episode of the season, they decide to storm the Venezuelan embassy with like 6 guys.
Why not?
and they kill like 25 people to start out as O'Neill gets around to the outside and maybe gets 4. So they storm the Venezuelan embassy, and there's like a big party going on. There's 100 people in there who are armed guards. They kill them all and get to the Venezuelan president, and then oust him from power with all like 5 guys.
Story time at high school football. I love it.
Oh, it doesn't necessarily. It doesn't make any sense.
That doesn't. I don't know, man. That was interesting.
Yeah. Far side. It looks like that is Braden Miller who has the first down. That will move the chains. Well, hey, I could tell the story of how Mike Matheny, who was just fired yesterday, you know how he made his decision to stay in college?
How?
He got pooped on by a bird walking to his first class at the University of Michigan.
Wow.
So he had to go back into his dorm and change. And he said, "All right, I'm staying in school." And now it is O'Neill who will cut the corner. Flag on the play in the area of holding.
Yep, I think I saw that. The flag is near midfield, but I thought I saw holding close to where the official is on our side.
So that'll walk Zumwalt North back a bit. 44 minutes gone in this game. We kicked off at 7. It's about 2 minutes left until halftime here.
Only 7:45.
Yeah, not bad. 21-7 our score. 4 wideouts for Connor O'Neill. He shows the option play. Going to keep it himself. Has the first down. Oh, no, he got back to the original line.
Yeah,
So
original line because they had that holding, so it was 20 yards to go.
maybe a gain of about 12.
Yeah, it's like about 14. Looks like it's. Yeah, look at that. Look at that marker is. That's close to.
Yeah.
Wow, that's a good run.
It's a good run and a good spot, I think. I don't think anyone in white and green is going to complain about it. Three wideouts to the far side for Connor O'Neill. Going to hand it off to Guthrie. He's going to rumble and stumble forward. Has the first. Fights forward and maybe gets 15.
Well, that will definitely work. You got another first down, and you're just ticking time off the clock.
I'd like to point out that CVC score was at the half, 50-6.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, at some
It's
point,
crazy.
there is at some point as O'Neill gets a shot out to the far side. Nice catch by Braden Miller and pushed out of bounds across the 30.
Okay, I don't have a score update from the Howell Timberland game, but my friend just asked me, what's the rule on turbo clocking before the half? So that kind of tells you everything you need to know.
Before the half?
Yeah.
Well, there is no rule.
I told him I thought it was up to the coaches.
Yeah, that it is.
That's crazy. So that kind of gives you an idea.
Far side, man in motion is Miller. He gets the handoff around the corner, trying to go towards the numbers. Has the first down to maybe the 15.
I'll tell you, Braden's pretty shifty on that one. Broke a couple of tackles out of that. That was a good run. And again, this is just ticking time. This is exactly what you wanted to do if you're the Panthers out there on offense.
1:10 left on the clock. And it looks like we get a timeout taken. They have not said by who. So we'll take a quick break and be right back. Panthers on top and knocking on the door.
Bus Lines has been serving the St. Louis metropolitan area since 1932, and they take pride in their well-maintained fleet of clean, comfortable, European-style motor coaches and vans. Whether you're interested in a tour of the beautiful and historic St. Louis area or a charter trip to the lower 48 continental United States or parts of Canada, it's Vandalia Bus Lines, the largest fleet in the St. Louis area. Call them at 800-542-4287.
Welcome back, everybody. Panther Broadcasting powered by Prepcast. As North breaks the huddle. 1st and 10 from the 25. Connor O'Neill has Maurice Hamilton out to the near side. Far side is DJ Jones and Braden Miller. Hand off to Andy Guthrie. Hits the hole. Has the first. Maybe. And they're going to mark him short. Scoreboard is wrong. Under a minute. 1st and 10 is what it says, but the markers say 2nd and short. Handoff far side. Diving. Fighting for the goal line.
Oh, man, right on the goal line.
They say short, but, man, that didn't look short to me. And then a timeout taken by Coach Bacon with 38 seconds. Score updates. St. Mary's on top 14-0 over DeSmet. With 5:13 left in the second. Kirkwood on top of Lindbergh at Lindbergh, 14-0. And now another update just came in. Kirkwood 28-0 over Lindbergh. Lindbergh's 4-2 though.
Yeah, that one kind of caught my eye. That's two pretty close teams.
Yeah, that's two real close teams that are somewhat rivals.
Yeah, I was gonna say that's kind of a rivalry type game. They're like less than 5 miles apart from each other.
You know, it's so weird because we consider Lindbergh sometimes south.
Mm-hmm.
And Kirkwood is...
It's like right there at 44 and 270.
So, can they get it on the second try? Yes, they can. Connor O'Neill, but Laundry.
Oh, boy.
And that'll walk Zumwalt North back. They are really wanting that 28 points
Oh, yeah.
by halftime.
There's, 30 seconds left? 35 seconds left in the half. Yeah, they want to score right before the half. That's a big momentum booster going into the half in the locker room.
And Liberty looks to be a Powerade school. That's different. I like this guy down here in the Bears jacket. He's dedicated.
Da Bears.
How many heart attacks that make for you, Bob? Jones, man
great.
in motion. O'Neal looking, gets one off, passing touchdown! DJ Jones on the strike from O'Neal.
That's so funny. We were just talking about the break, weren't we?
Yeah.
I want to see a passing touchdown this season.
Yeah.
There we go.
See, Connor can do it.
That's a good arm.
Yeah, I mean he has the ability to be a really good West Coast style quarterback who can be mobile, but he just doesn't have the opportunities enough to throw the ball. And whether that's his offensive line or just the play calling, I'm not sure, but when he can use it effectively, it helps. 28-7, 28 seconds left here in the half. We'll be right back.
To get that extra 10%. Reach the next level with Athletic Republic. Athletic Republic is science-based performance sports training, delivering intense, position-specific one-on-one training. Stop working out and start training. Visit your local Athletic Republic training center today. Athletic Republic, where athletes who give 110% get the extra 10%.
Welcome back, everybody. Panther Broadcasting, powered by Prepcast. 28 seconds left here. 28-7 is our score here in the first half here in Lake St. Louis.
Pretty convenient, though. It's right off Page Extension. You make a left, and
Yeah,
you come right down the road.
Yeah, 9 minutes from my house. Bouncing ball.
Oh.
Caught. And then marked down. 1 second ticks off the clock. Look at this guy. He doesn't know what team to root for. Every team in the NFL on his hoodie. But he's got one heck of a historic mullet.
That's like legendary.
That's nice.
I need to ask about who his barber is.
Got a lot of product in there.
He needs a mustache. He needs a Miles Michaelis mustache.
That's a good mustache, too.
Speaking of which, man, the Cardinals. Wow.
Oh, don't even talk to me about
That's
it.
a choker right there. They're in
That
trouble.
is. Knock on wood. I had tickets tomorrow. I can't go. I'm glad I said no. I had an opportunity to get tickets.
Yeah, I plan on going Sunday if they're supposed to play. If they're going to play,
Yeah.
we will find out.
You could get a foul ball from Albert Pujols in his possible final game ever.
And I'm keeping that ball.
So you'd keep the ball.
Of course I would keep the ball, and I would just have them all coming begging to me, man.
What if the Cardinals said, we would really love the ball, what would you take for it?
Well,
I wouldn't take money. I'd want trade.
I would
Like if
want,
if I was the person who caught Pujols' 700th home run ball in L.A., I would want, okay, you can have the ball. I want the bat.
No, I would want clubhouse access, season tickets in the green seats, minimum.
Yeah. Back to pass. Kuhner looking. Puts it deep, and that's just a punt.
That's communication. Yeah, as I'm looking down there, it looks like, Peyton Bertles. He looked a little beside himself on that one, on the near side.
I'll tell you, I'm seeing representation of any kind of team here. The Bears, Mizzou, Michigan State, lots of different support going on in the crowd here at Liberty tonight. Good crowd, too.
That's a great crowd.
I'd almost say almost close to a sellout.
A great student turnout for Liberty, too.
Yeah, same thing for North on the far side. Of course, you're not coming very far.
Mm-mm.
Second down and 10 from the 28, 13 seconds left here as Liberty takes the timeout.
Yeah, I mean, if you're living in O'Fallon by Zumwalt North, that's just a hop down K to 70 to Page.
Well, the game that I'm going to be wanting to go to is the Zumwalt West game this year. West playing in Class 5 this year.
Mm-hmm.
And that is, by tradition, your second biggest rival. Your biggest rival being South. But Zumwalt West is as...
They're struggling this year. I think they're on 2-4.
Yeah, and...
But they play a horrendously hard schedule.
Yeah, even when they were in Class 6, they probably should have won a state title by now.
They would be like 5-4, but it would be like
they'd be really good, but they'd be 5-4.
Maybe 5-4 because they'd play like Eureka and DeSmets all the time.
Back to pass. Here they come.
Oh,
ooh, big hit. P.J. Henderson.
Now P.J. came in there unblocked.
Kuhner was saved by getting the pass off.
Yeah, woo.
I've always wanted to see the sports science of a quarterback who knows he's about to just be absolutely wrecked, because I've seen the sports science of someone who's had a tennis ball put into a pitching machine, and then they put a bulletproof glass up in front of them, but the ball hits where the sun don't shine.
Ooh.
And it shows how your heart rate elevates as the punt's away. Caught far side. Braden Miller now going to cut to the near side. Does he have a hole? No, he does not. He's pushed out, and there goes the horn. So at the half, 28-7, Panthers will kick the ball off to Liberty to start the half, but there is an injured Eagle down on the field, and that is number 28, Ethan Weller. But we will take a quick break and be right back. We're headed to halftime, 28-7, North on top.
Bus Lines has been serving the St. Louis metropolitan area since 1932, and they take pride in their well-maintained fleet of clean, comfortable European-style motor coaches and vans. Whether you're interested in a tour of the beautiful and historic St. Louis area or a charter trip to the lower 48 continental United States or parts of Canada, it's Vandalia Bus Lines, the largest fleet in the St. Louis area. Call them at 800-542-4287.
Looking to get that extra 10%. Reach the next level with Athletic Republic. Athletic Republic is science-based performance sports training, delivering intense, position-specific, one-on-one training. Stop working out and start training. Visit your local Athletic Republic training center today. Athletic Republic, where athletes who give 110% get the extra 10%.
Australia Bus Lines has been serving the St. Louis metropolitan area since 1932, and they take pride in their well-maintained fleet of clean, comfortable European-style motor coaches and vans. Whether you're interested in a tour of the beautiful and historic St. Louis area or a charter trip to the lower 48 continental United States or parts of Canada, it's Vandalia Bus Lines, the largest fleet in the St. Louis area. Call them at 800-542-4287.
Looking to get that extra 10%? Reach the next level with Athletic Republic. Athletic Republic is science-based performance sports training, delivering intense, position-specific one-on-one training. Stop working out and start training. Visit your local Athletic Republic training center today. Athletic Republic, where athletes who give 110% get the extra 10%. Looking to get that extra 10%? Reach the next level with Athletic Republic. Athletic Republic is science-based performance sports training, delivering intense, position-specific one-on-one training. Stop working out and start training. Visit your local Athletic Republic training center today. Athletic Republic, where athletes who give 110% get the extra 10%.
Australia Bus Lines has been serving the St. Louis metropolitan area since 1932, and they take pride in their well-maintained fleet of clean, comfortable European-style motor coaches and vans. Whether you're interested in a tour of the beautiful and historic St. Louis area or a charter trip to the lower 48 continental United States or parts of Canada, it's Vandalia Bus Lines, the largest fleet in the St. Louis area. Call them at 800-542-4287. Bus Lines has been serving the St. Louis metropolitan area since 1932, and they take pride in their well-maintained fleet of clean, comfortable European-style motor coaches and vans. Whether you're interested in a tour of the beautiful and historic St. Louis area or a charter trip to the lower 48 continental United States or parts of Canada, it's Vandalia Bus Lines, the largest fleet in the St. Louis area. Call them at 800-542-4287.
Welcome back, everybody. And a little halftime shenanigans never hurt nobody. Loosen up a little bit.
Yeah, why not?
Cool night air
Oh, yeah.
really has us jacked up here. What the heck does that mean?
Got us jacked up.
Oh, well.
I guess the juice is flowing. That's what I always like, because we walked around at halftime. It was nice.
I will say this, though. This facility here at Liberty, not bad.
No, it's a nice setup.
Yeah, and one of the very few stadiums in St. Charles that is pointing the right direction.
Yes, the home side is
Away
from sun.
Yes.
Well, Hal North was one of the only other ones, I think. And then Hal North and Zumwalt West, too. Zumwalt South faces the sun.
Yes.
We face the sun here. Zumwalt North faces the sun.
Zumwalt North faces the sun. South faces the sun.
East, I guess, faces the sun, even though the press box is on the road side.
Yes. But here's the kick. Into the end zone. No.
That's live.
Picked up far side and wrestled down.
Yeah, that was kind of a misplay out there by the returner. That's a break that, and none of the Panthers jumped on it. But again, we got a good lead here, the Panthers do, so let's see what they do defensively coming out the half. Hopefully they don't come out lethargic. Hopefully they come out with the same intensity.
Were you getting a little scared that I was going to make you do play-by-play for a second?
I would have been all right. I would have figured it out.
You've done it before.
I've done it before. It was not pretty, but we would have figured it out.
Kuhner sets up with an empty backfield. He's back to pass, looking far side. Here comes the bull rush. Sacked on the play.
There we go.
First contact on the play goes to Colin LaBelle. You know, one of the worst stadiums for Sun, period, is CBC.
Oh, yeah.
Absolute period, because
they don't have any roadside.
there's no
They
roadside.
have that huge hill behind the scoreboard.
and it's it's a drop off.
It's a drop-off,
And also, you know, they have seat backs. Well, no, it's not seat backs, but it's
bleacher seat.
bleacher seated benches, and it's hot the whole time. Minocchio once again. That kid could go to D2, I think. He's got some size.
Mm-hmm. He's been their only playmaker the whole game.
Yeah.
So.
You know, did you ever watch that Last Chance U? You watched it with me a couple of times.
The only time I ever watched it really was the EMCC stuff, but
Back to pass, looking far side,
Good
and
coverage.
picked off. No, off the hands.
I never really got into Last Chance U. What was the one from the team? Was it from Oakland or whatever?
Yeah,
get into
last
that.
year was Oakland. I didn't either.
I couldn't get into that one. I really liked the EMCC ones.
Yeah, but EMCC was crazy because those kids ended up going to Alabama. You know,
Alabama, Ole
and-
Miss,
And
any of those big power schools down in the southeast.
you know, when I think of St. Louis high school football, it's very good and vibrant, but there's a ton of kids who can go to these smaller schools like Lindenwoods, UCMs, Missouri States, Southern Illinois.
Well, the thing that St. Louis has, like you mentioned, the thing that St. Louis has going for it, they have all these. You know, you have Missouri, you have Illinois, but you have all the FCSs, like you mentioned, and that's kind of good. That can build a high school football type deal in St. Louis.
Well, yeah, and that's the thing. Like,
Because it's motivation for the players.
you know, and when you look at Zumwalt North's roster, there is not a whole lot of Division I talent coming out of St. Charles in particular. Excuse me. Excuse me, but what we're trying to harp on here is, somebody like a DJ Jones.
DJ Jones
or
Connor O'Neal if he gets the
no,
speed.
no, I would actually say DJ Jones, Braden Miller.
Braden, he's a good one.
Tyler Oaks did it.
Mm-hmm.
And Cade Brister, we all know.
Okay, Brister, he's still going at Lindenwood.
Yeah, has done it. So, you can go to those smaller schools and make a huge impact and have a chance.
Mm-hmm.
Far side. O'Neal going to tuck it himself and keep it, has the first down. But that's what I said. You don't have to go to a power. The point here is you don't have to go to a power school to make an impact. Minocchio has height. He's got
good amount
hands.
of speed.
You can go somewhere and play more football.
Took us 5 minutes to get to the point, but we finally got to
the
point.
It did. Going to be a pull-down keeper by O'Neal here. Gets the first. And
he didn't get the first on the last play. I thought he clearly got it.
I thought he clearly did as well. Now the chains move, and everybody will reset. So 9 minutes and 15 seconds left on the clock. 1st and 10 from the 36 as O'Neal has 4 wide receivers. Hamilton to the near side. Now Jones, the man in motion, pulls it down. Goes to the end zone. Touchdown! Braden Miller.
Oh, we talking about Braden Miller.
And I think this game might help to get Connor O'Neal's confidence up a little bit.
Yeah, he's got 2 passing touchdowns now. I was literally about to say before that play, this is going to be a tick him down, run the ball second half. And but they passed the ball. I was kind of surprised.
Snap back, down, and good. Barely got it out. Sorry about that, folks.
To get that extra 10%. Reach the next level with Athletic Republic. Athletic Republic is science-based performance sports training, delivering intense, position-specific, one-on-one training. Stop working out and start training. Visit your local Athletic Republic Training Center today. Athletic Republic, where athletes who give 110% get the extra 10%.
Welcome back, everybody. And 35-7 is the score, so one more away from running clock. And you getting into the cheerleaders there a little bit, Eric?
No, it's Mizzou baseball. You would do. They'd play that song, and they would be down. It'd be like, because Mizzou baseball sucks, and it'd be like 9-2. They're losing to Florida, and they're playing this song, and all the players are like doing this stupid stuff.
I always thought Mizzou baseball was decently good. Missouri State is much better.
Much better.
Yeah.
The Mizzou was 10-20 in the conference last year.
Ooh, no, yeah, not good.
Yeah, that was their best season probably since I was there.
So Kuhner's going to come out to try and avoid his team getting to
turbo clock.
Running clock or turbo clocked. Sometimes I think that should be up by 35 at any point in the game.
Yeah, I'm kind of with that.
Yeah, but that's a handoff up the middle and nothing going on that play. Any score updates for us?
I'm checking right now. Okay, what's the Howell North Troy? All right, it is 20-7 Troy. 5:58 left in the third, so that game is cruising. And 35-0 Howell.
Second down 10. Kuhner back to pass. Stands, looks, throws, far side. Incomplete from Minocchio.
Yeah, but 35-0 Howell. I'm going to check on that St. Dominic Duchesne game. Because that's the game to watch right now. The rest of them have kind of been blowouts.
And looking at some of the private schools around town, CBC final 64-6.
That's already final.
That is final.
Oh my gosh.
13 minutes ago, 64-6. 2 field goals for Vianney. Back to pass. Looking, throwing far side. Minocchio. Big catch. New quarterback into the game as Minocchio gets away for a second.
It's like
New quarterback is Cody McMullen, a sophomore.
All right, score update. St. Dominic is up 10-7 with 6 minutes to go in the third quarter, and that is a road game for St.
And
Dominic.
we also need Lindbergh. I think Gavin's got that on his phone. Hand off up the middle, nothing doing. First and 10 from the 45 was where we're at. Couple of score updates for you. Val Catholic up 20-0 in the battle down in St. Francis County. It is 20-0 over St. Genevieve. Then you have 42-0 Kirkwood. Wow, I did not expect that. Then 42-7 just now updated. 1:30 remaining in the second quarter is what we have the last update. And then
That's
St. Mary's on top of DeSmet 17-0.
good for St. Mary's.
Yeah, that is good. I'm going to be a quasi-Dragon fan the rest of the year. And I got the, CBC connection over there with Mike England. Then you have the PrepGas connection.
Yep.
Shout out to Coach Bob Ryan, my old math teacher. Same one for my parents, who he taught at Rosary High, the old Trinity, and taught my brother at CBC too. So,
A lot of connections.
big shout out to Coach Ryan over there, and hopefully he'll have a lot more games to call for the Dragons. I don't understand how a school you can consider failing when their athletics teams are so good. Some schools are small. What does it matter? Here comes P.J. Henderson off the far side. Broken up on the far side of the field, down a ways by the 25 by Madare.
I was gonna say that was a missile of a pass, and I thought that might have been caught, but Carter had a good play on it. He was just turned around just in time for it.
And that'll be a turnover on downs as North now will take over. 51 degrees right now. Feels like 48.
This is just fantastic.
Yeah, a little bit of a breeze, so I think it's a little colder than that.
And anybody who's paid attention, you're starting to see the trees get some colors on them. I'm seeing that pop up
Yeah,
occasionally.
slightly.
Yep. Well, last week was perfect for it. You want those slightly warmer type days. You want those cool nights, no freezing.
Well, right now, I saw a map earlier today. No color changes happened south of Missouri.
Yeah.
You're going to see a little bit of color change around here in Missouri. But if you live up in, like, Minnesota right now,
It's like peak.
yeah,
It's crazy. Because this cool down we've had here, it was, I think North Dakota got down to like 24 degrees last night. It was only 45 there yesterday up in North Dakota. So, that's an indication. Up there in Fargo.
or up in Chaska and Wasur.
Oh, yeah. Wafer Lake.
Go Bears.
Go Bears. Oh, Lindenwood days.
Oh, yeah, that was nice.
That was freshman year.
Yep. O'Neal sets up 3 wide receivers in the flat. That's DJ Jones. And gets maybe 6.
This is definitely what you want to do if you're the Panthers. You just want to burn some clock here.
Yeah, and I would air it out a little bit just like that, just to get O'Neal some completions.
Well, you want his confidence
Get him
up
used
for
to throwing.
Exactly. You want his confidence up for throwing. You want DJ's confidence up that he can still run and get some speed in open space, things like that. So this is good. This is kind of like a good, this is like practice right now for him to get him going.
And I'd like to see Hamilton get involved as well. O'Neal. No pitches yet. Oh, broke his ankles a little bit. Has the first and
Broken ankles, baby.
moves it over. First down. And now we are approaching 5 minutes on the clock. So as we said, next week we're headed to,
We're at home.
back home.
Senior day. That's crazy already.
Yeah, it is.
It's already week 6. Week 7, excuse me.
Yeah.
Goes by way too fast.
Well, North had an early bye week, too, as Miller gets a handoff to the outside and barely gets back to the line. Aiden Summers on the tackle. Not bad pursuit as well.
Mm-mm. It's
Yeah.
crazy. It just feels like the season just started. It's only been about a little over.
Feels like it's only been
about.
about 4 or 5 weeks,
Yeah, really, it's crazy.
but it's week 7. North had that early bye week, so they're going straight on through. And that was a red. That was red pretty early. And that's the thing about North's offense. Their offense lends itself to slow developing plays.
Mm-hmm. It either works perfectly or it's it's a
Busted.
mistake. It's busted, yeah. And when you play a good school like Zumwalt West, Zumwalt West is struggling record-wise, but Zumwalt West is going to be their toughest test now coming down the stretch. You got to make sure you get those plays done right, because Zumwalt West can't hurt you.
DJ Jones to the near side. Now O'Neal with a bullet over the middle. Incomplete. Hamilton almost had it.
And a friend of mine and I,
Fourth down.
maybe a little film session, just a tad on Fort Zumwalt West. A friend of mine and I saw them play Howell North on the 24th of September. Now, granted, it's Howell North, so everybody looks good against them. However, Zumwalt West has a quarterback who has a very, very good arm.
Yeah, they've always had a good quarterback.
He's got a really good arm.
O'Neal will punt.
Oh, boy.
Helicopter stayed in bounds for a minute, and they'll give it to him at the 30.
Actually landed better than I thought. I thought that just went straight out of bounds.
Now, all I got to pray for is that Zumwalt. Excuse me, guys. I'm fighting the. Hello.
All right.
I'm fighting the season change here, but
Yep. Everybody's getting the allergies and all that right now.
yeah. But I just got to pray that Zumwalt West doesn't wear their digi camos.
They haven't.
Oof.
Then since I've been doing this is game 4 for me. They haven't yet.
No, Zumwalt West.
Oh, Zumwalt West. Yeah. Yeah, you're right. Yeah.
No. Oh, you haven't seen Zumwalt North wear the grays.
I have not. Yeah, you mentioned about that. Yeah.
That might be next week.
No, I can't wait. But
Yeah, they'll wear the gray uniforms with their white pants.
it's senior night. That might be something to do with senior night.
Yeah, they always do.
And yeah,
But
I
it's
don't
gray
know.
on black.
Well,
Yeah.
those digi camos for Zumwalt West, those are gonna have to go away next season. Or
Yes,
2
they
seasons.
will.
Yeah, they got that. You got that rule at Misha next couple of years.
Yeah. Zumwalt West gonna have to go back to their early 2000s unis of just black on purple. Is a nice run by Williams.
I like those uniforms. Those are nice.
Well, Zumwalt what?
Zumwalt West, those old uniforms from like 10 years ago.
Yeah.
Zumwalt West.
Well, Zumwalt West used to wear purple helmets
Mm-hmm.
And
They have the W on
with the silver W. That was very, very iconic. That
it. Mm-hmm.
that was the old TJ Moe days, and that to me is the Zumwalt West uniform.
Yeah.
All black with either purple pants or purple helmet, but now they've gone all black. Sometimes wearing
Turning into Oregon.
a little bit. No. The high school program that's Oregon is Columbia Rockbridge. I don't care who you talk to.
Well, from what I've seen now, all those Columbia public schools have the same uniform, same type of uniform now.
Really, just
Yeah.
different colors.
Yep.
And North shows blitz. Kuhner back to pass, looking far side, going down the field.
Pretty good throw in
That's
coverage.
Minocchio, it looked like.
Yeah, that is Minocchio. No, when I went to school out there at Mizzou, I went to a few Rockbridge games, and yeah, they wore those Adidas uniforms, and those are I do not like those Adidas uniforms. Never have, never will.
Who did? Who wore it?
Rockbridge.
Oh, yeah.
Rockbridge and Battle wore those Adidas uniforms.
Ball comes out. Who has it? North says it's them. And it is. So they'll pick up the turnover. And now a chance to get to the running clock.
Yep.
35-7, 2:14 to go.
Yeah, you just want to burn all the clock you can now and get this thing done.
And I will say this, Liberty has not given up. I will say that. I was thinking if they got down pretty good after the shellacking they took last week that they might lay down, but certainly have not. And Kuhner hasn't played bad. Nor has McMullen when he's gotten in a few snaps. O'Neal with the option, going to cut inside and maybe get 2 or 3. Oh, there's Jack Ryan again.
I'm surprised. Connor didn't pitch it out to Guthrie. Guthrie was wide open on the outside.
You got Hamilton, then Miller. Jones to the far side and miscommunication. Miller moved.
That was clearly that's clearly a false start.
Somebody has a relished hot dog underneath us, and I can smell it permeating up here.
I'm not smelling that. I mean, Gavin got 2 hot dogs at halftime.
Gavin did get 2 hot dogs. Is that what I'm smelling?
Probably was. Because they have credit card machine there, but it was like a minimum of $5 you had to pay.
Yeah.
So that's why. $7 is like half a beer at Cardinal games now.
Second down and 12. O'Neal going deep. Has Hamilton. Oh, it hit him in the hands and incomplete. That one was not Connor's fault.
Boy, yeah, that was just drop. I mean, that was straight through the hands. I mean, that was a touchdown. That was going to be. I was expecting a touchdown there, because there was so much separation out that receivers.
Yeah, Maurice has some room, but hasn't had a whole lot to catch this year. Worth noting, and you brought this up to me last home game, Eric, no football across the street at Christian High anymore.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I've.
Here's the pitch out to Guthrie. Has some room. Got back to the original line, and then that's about it.
I would say COVID had a lot to do with that, because they played in 2019, was somehow able to get through 2020.
What, the football team COVID having an issue, or the student body itself?
Probably a little bit of both. And again, we were talking about it. Christian is just, you're competing with all the high-level private schools. You drive by, you really don't even know you really don't even think it's a high school
or a private school.
And and it's a shame because they just redid their press box.
Braden Miller with the punt. I would take her over around the 30.
Because I would drive by that all the time. You would just see the one-sided bleachers, no press box. Well, then they made the press box, and it looked nice. It was a nice little stadium.
Yeah, it was about 5 years ago they did that.
Yeah, it was a nice little stadium, and they're not playing anymore. They're not playing football over there anymore. And because I checked it, because I was checking on it, it's like, that would be kind of cool to sit up in the press box at Zumwalt North. And they happened to play at the same time. You could see
they never really played each other.
They never. Well, they could. That would just not be fair. That's like Class 1 compared to Class 5.
Yeah, but O'Fallon Christian did play Orchard Farm.
Oh, they did a lot.
That was a big rivalry game.
But yeah, it would be kind of cool to sit up high in the press box at
Golden Oak Lending Field.
Exactly. Let's sit up high.
One of the very few schools in the city that actually had a corporate sponsor to its field.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was just hoping, it's like, this would be kind of cool. You could sit up high in the press box, at home games. You could see O'Fallon Christian have a home game at the same time.
And that,
Because when we called the game at Zumwalt East, you know, geographically, Zumwalt East is right next to Lutheran St. Charles, and they both had home games. It was kind of cool. At halftime, you walked out and you saw it.
so after 3, 35-7, still no turbo clock, but we got a good one heading to frame number 4. Panthers in control.
Looking to get that extra 10%. Reach the next level with Athletic Republic. Athletic Republic is science-based performance sports training, delivering intense, position-specific one-on-one training. Stop working out and start training. Visit your local Athletic Republic training center today. Athletic Republic, where athletes who give 110% get the extra 10%.
Welcome back, everybody. 35-7. Liberty hanging in there, but North has been in control of this game, and not much else to say other than that, Eric.
Not really. I mean, we were talking about this. Is kind of, we talk about this all the time. The lack of competitive balance in St. Charles County.
There's only about 3 good schools, and it's Zumwalt North, Howell, and now Lutheran St. Charles.
Yeah, I mean, this is a dead giveaway right here.
Over the line and into the turf. So what do you mean by a dead giveaway?
I mean, we know Zumwalt North is rebuilding this year. They're 3-3, and you've got a team in Liberty that is 2-4. So the records are the same, or close to the same. However, Zumwalt North is just vastly superior. There's not a lot of good competitive games in St. Charles County. You're either really good or you're really bad.
Over far side, incomplete.
Now, maybe that's just because there's not as many high schools in St. Charles County as there is in St. Louis County.
I personally put that on. There are gigantic schools.
Mm-hmm.
You know, Zumwalt West, huge school.
It's the largest in the county.
Howell,
Howell,
huge school.
Mm-hmm.
Timberland, huge school. Holt, huge school.
Speaking of Howell was up 49-7.
Here comes a punt.
So that's turbo clocked.
Caught by Braden Miller. Shades it to the 50. Still on his feet. I went over on the far side. Shane Pruitt. That's not like him to lay on his man, but
There must be something a little bit of something going on, but I do see yellow flag. That might be excessive, maybe excessive something. I don't know, after the whistle maybe. However, the game I'm interested in, because Howell North is playing their final home game of the season on the 20th. 21st is Marquette and Pattonville.
what
I'm
interested
interested
about that?
It's 2 Class 6 schools, and they're both pretty good.
Yeah,
I was looking to-
Marquette is the past about 3 years has been a factor.
Mm-hmm. I want to go to a Pattonville home game because they have the big stadium, and Pattonville is good now. Because before Pattonville wasn't that good, now they're good.
Yeah, Pattonville, their stadium
It's huge.
It's Texas almost.
It's close, yeah. It's almost
it's
like,
at least Ohio.
it's like D2, almost like
Yeah.
D2 college with the size, especially the home side.
Yeah. The Battle is D2 college.
Battle is huge. You've
Yeah.
told me about how that happened, how all those high schools got remodeling in their football stadiums.
Yeah. O'Neal tucking it underneath down the sideline. Touchdown! Was that O'Neal?
That was Connor.
Yeah, third rushing touchdown tonight.
That was he kept the ball and he took off and had that speed.
Somehow he had the space. Man, he turned on the afterburners on that one.
Mm-hmm.
So the turbo clock is in effect, everybody. 41-7.
As long as he makes the extra point.
Please do not be the curse of the commentator. Snap back, ball down, kick up, and now we got turbo
There
clock.
we go.
So we'll stay here.
Yep.
But, looking forward You've got South next week.
Yep.
Then you have Zumwalt West. And then, in all likelihood, you may have Riverview Gardens.
I was looking at the district. I don't know how that's going to go because everybody's bunched up at 5-3 or 3-3, with the exception of Howell.
Yeah.
I don't know how they're going to do that. I mean, we're 3-3. Howell North is 3-3. Zumwalt South is 4-2.
And I also got a more detailed explanation as to why Howell and Zumwalt West are Class 5 this year.
Okay.
Not only was their enrollment down, their enrollment still meets the Class 6 standard. But there were several Class 3 and 4 schools that won state titles that were private schools.
Oh, so they got to move them up.
So the private school has to move up So, for example, St. Mary's is Class 4.
Mm-hmm.
If they win state again this year, they're in Class 5.
Yeah. Well, that unfortunately won't happen unless they keep them around.
Well, yeah, but
But that would be what happened. Class 5. That's crazy.
Yeah, it is a weird rule, but that is the culprit. And
That's why I think private schools need to be in their own bracket.
a lot of states do it. Tennessee does it. That's how CB Memphis, as I call him, Christian Brothers High School in Memphis.
Yep.
They've won like 20 state titles, but they haven't won in like 15 years. If you remember The Blind Side, Michael Orr's school, Briarcrest Christian, they won the Catholic state title. Or actually, I think what they call is the Catholic League title or the private league title.
Yeah. I mean, because private schools have such the advantage because they can recruit, in a way.
Offer financial aid, sir. But
That's one way to put it.
I mean,
But I mean, you can get players from all over the area. You're not restricted to the district boundaries like you are at public school.
no, but you can't go out and poach from junior programs.
Well, obviously, but I mean, like you could, like, say you have say for
Yeah.
example,
Okay,
Cade Brister is a really good quarterback. He could decide, hey, I'm gonna go play for CBC.
No. Don't touch that nerve. Far side, Williams with some room. And down the sideline, dragged down outside the 30. The better analogy on this one is more so there are kids in O'Fallon,
Yeah, that's true.
be it west, be it east, be it south. O'Fallon is a higher income area. So the
They can
private
afford it.
school is,
It's Dominic.
yeah,
Say Dominic.
is a little. Yeah, look at Dominic. Dominic never was good at sports for the longest time.
And they got a ton of money. You know, remember we went up there and saw that new scoreboard?
It's
and
almost as big as Lindenwood.
It is, and they were adding on to the school and all that kind of stuff. I think they built a new sign, huge sign.
Back to pass. Huner brought down in the backfield. P.J. Henderson.
I was expecting that. PJ came in unblocked again. He almost came in too fast. I saw him have to slow up a little bit so he wouldn't over pursue the quarterback.
So, what I'm trying to say is, private schools, in today's day and age, I think a lot of people are striving to send their, sons and daughters to those schools.
Mm-hmm.
But it's becoming disproportionate.
It is.
You've got 5 big high schools for boys, and you have, I'm going to count on just out of my memory here, maybe 3 or 4 for girls that are really dominant. Incarnate Word, Ursuline, Viz, and Villa. but
Isn't St. Joseph Academy?
and yeah, St. Joseph.
Yeah, St. Joseph
True.
Academy, yeah.
But-
But like the guys, you have CBC.
CBC, Chaminade, DeSmet, SLU, and
SLU,
yeah.
MICDS. Is it MICDS?
no, MICS co-ed.
That is co-ed,
Yeah.
you're right, yeah.
But and by the way, very good football program over in MICDS
yeah,
now.
they have that new stadium, too. That's
Yeah.
a nice stadium.
Which
Which it had lights, but it is what it is.
but it's just kind of a benchmark for a lot of families.
Hmm.
Now, public school programs outstate do very well, but
There's so many private schools in St. Louis. That's one of the issues.
that is true.
There's
The
like in Columbia.
the big talent.
Yeah. Well, like in Columbia, in central Missouri, there's 2 public schools, Helias and Father Tolton.
You
That's
mean
it.
two
Two
Catholic schools.
two private schools, yeah.
Yeah.
Helias, who's good, and Father Tolton, who's class 1, so okay. And it's not really that, Father Tolton's really not that rich of a school. You drive by it, it's got a small
Yeah.
stadium and all that.
Hey, they have who was the guy from Mizzou?
Michael Porter Jr.
Yeah, Michael Porter Jr.
Yeah, let's not talk about that. 2 whole minutes he played, and he still got drafted.
Back to pass, looking far side, up the middle, caught and wrestled down. A nice pitch and catch that time from Kuhner
It's like
to
Kuhner's
the
back in the game.
to the receiver. Up the middle was Zachary with 2 Ks. Catch. Zachary Catch. What a name.
Interesting name.
Kach.
K-A-C-H.
I hope I'm saying that right. Zachary with 2 Ks. Catch. That's probably one of the most interesting names I've seen this year.
Mm-hmm.
And I've called a couple of crazy ones. One time I called a Bayless soccer game.
Did you really?
Yeah. So that was tough. I'm not from Bosnia, and I can't really pronounce those.
I was going to say, you have all the Bosnians down in South City.
And offside against Liberty. So Connor O'Neill is still in the game, and it is turbo clocking at 6:30 on the dot now. 1st and 5 from the 36. O'Neill with a handoff to Miller. He gonna hit a hole. Goodbye. 30, 20, 10, touchdown. Braden Miller somehow got out of the melee, then said, all right, I'm done. Goodbye.
Yep, see, I'm scoring.
I thought that was Dante Kerr for a minute, who has similar speed, but Braden Miller with a big run.
42-14, Troy over Howell North with, it showed starting the 4th quarter.
Snap back, ball down, kick up, and good. Not a whole lot else going on in terms of tight games, except that St. Dominic Duchesne game. We've got 24-0 St. Mary's. Val Catholic up on St. Jan 54-7. And Kirkwood up 42-7 on Lindbergh.
It is
That's about it.
14-10 Duchesne, 4th quarter.
That's an upset.
And it's not much. It doesn't say how much time left, but it's 14-10.
That's an upset, man. The Pioneers. Look out. Man, Duchesne, I'll tell you this, though. Duchesne, for the longest time, from probably the time it was founded until the 90s, maybe even early 2000s, was like the place to go in St. Charles County if you wanted to go to a private school. Then St. Dominic boomed because St. Dominic, you got all these kids out here from O'Fallon that exploded in the 2000s. And those two schools really do not like each other in sports. Especially baseball.
Yeah.
Because St. Dominic baseball is very good, and it always has been. And when they get on the baseball diamond, look out. I've called one of those games too. But Dominic Duchesne, the soon-to-be marquee matchup for the Archdiocese. If things don't hold up for St. Mary's. North shows blitz, then they back off. Here comes Kuhner. Gets away, has time. Second effort. Will they get the sack? No, they won't. He'll just throw it away. I say this, though. If I was Duchesne, I'd be wanting some money
I would
to improve my school, though, because there is a...
Because they still have grass.
Yeah. Have you been over to Duchesne?
I've driven by it once in the last month or so. They still have grass, and they have the old scoreboard that has, like, the little lights on it.
Yeah, and the old school as well. I mean,
the school's very out of date.
Yeah. Ball incomplete. Looking for Minocchio. Robinson on the coverage. But, you know, if I'm in St. Charles, you've got two options there.
Mm-hmm.
Duchesne in St. Charles City, pretty much, and Dominic out here.
In O'Fallon.
You know, yeah, in O'Fallon off of 70, but you're going to start to see that level out a bit. You know, I'm surprised that Zumwalt North doesn't play Dominic.
I would think that's going to be probably coming soon.
Incomplete, because Dominic's Class 4, and they're close to being Class 5.
Yeah, and that's a good matchup because they're so close to each other.
It is. And now the entire team of Liberty going to huddle up here.
Coach is mad. I heard him yell, "Get over here."
With 4:11 on the clock, 49-7. I think this is a "Do you think you got it made" speech happening here. Man, he is animated.
Yeah. Wow.
This is a good one.
This is a good old-fashioned one
Yeah,
right here. I love it.
credit to him.
Oh, yeah, because he could have just said, "Oh, whatever it is, what it is, see you tomorrow," and then he called him out right in the middle of the game.
He burned a timeout.
He burned a timeout. Well, I mean, why not?
Coach Ryan McMillan. You got to finish playing the game.
Yep.
Back to pass. Sacked on the play by two Panthers. I'm going to give first contact on that to, by my eye, Mike Lumley. And that'll give the ball back to Zumwalt North. Haven't said Shane Pruitt's name too much tonight.
Yeah, no.
He was playing wide receiver for a little bit last game, and now it looks like Coach Bacon may have made some subs because Andy Guthrie is still on the bench, as is DJ Jones. And do we even have a new quarterback in?
Yeah, it looks like Connor's out of it.
Yes, that is Lucas Newcomb. As he will tuck it and run and fumble forward to the near point of the first down marker. Lucas Newcomb wearing 22, his brother's old number.
Really close to first down, too.
And Jack Newcomb, a very good quarterback in his own right. Kind of a hybrid between Cairo Payne and Connor O'Neill. Threw the ball like Cairo Payne, but didn't quite run like him. He had a lot of good shoes to fill. The one quarterback we don't mention is Chris Reckel. They split time with him and Peyton Hoker last year. Newcomb going to tuck it himself, has the first down, and then gets upended.
About 2.5 minutes left in the game.
The I Believe We Just Won chant going on over on the north sideline, because that's about it as we near the 2-minute mark here, and the second string offense heads to the line. Dante Kerr, the running back. Going to be a handoff to Kerr. The ball comes out, and the Eagles pick it back up. And it's Austin Steenbeck with the recovery, so Liberty with some life.
Yep.
Looked like an Eagle put a helmet on that one and popped it out.
I thought something looked a little funky on that tackle.
So still in the game is Kuhner over the middle. Caught far side with some room. Biggest play of the night for Liberty. Down the sideline to the 40. They'll fight forward to the 35. A great little pitch by Kuhner. And a great catch by Marquise Williams over the middle, I believe, to get into enemy territory here with just under a minute to play. Kuhner back to pass, looking far side, caught by Minocchio. I'm not sure if Liberty's going to have a chance to score here, but they could throw one into the end zone and stop that turbo clock. Got one off to the pylon. Batted away with a lot of contact, but the referee keeps his flag in the pocket, and the clock has hit zeros. 49-7 the final. And it kind of was a dry one, Eric.
It was very, yeah, this was definitely a good old-fashioned blowout, but this was definitely the Panthers' best played game, by far.
Really?
From what I've seen, yeah, that this year this was their best played game.
Not the Washington game?
No, because they let Washington back into it.
I agree.
The two shutouts that we called, they looked iffy in. There weren't many penalties in this one, and they scored a lot of points, and they utilized their offense well. And not many mistakes were made.
Yeah, I thought this was probably Connor O'Neill's best game played. That's for darn sure.
Well, yeah, definitely, and they were able to get him to throw the ball a little bit, which was good. Because when you get into the playoffs, you play those good schools, you got to have some kind of secondary option on offense.
And taking a look around for the final time, Kirkwood Lindbergh 49-7. St. Mary's up 38-0 with 1:11 left in the third. Val Catholic 63, St. Jen 7. And any update on that St. Dominic Duchesne game?
Let's find out.
That one was close. And I think this is a nice little momentum boost for Fort Zumwalt North, as they're going to head into 2 straight rivalry games. Oh, big one. Seckman-Pattonville tied 28-all. That's going to be
That's a good one.
tight one down south.
All right, it's still 14-10 Duchesne.
14-10 Duchesne.
Does not say the amount of time left. Though.
That's upset-minded.
It is.
Because St. Dominic is kind of the upstart program, and they really want to push their athletics over there. And
oh, yeah.
they've done well to push a program forward that for a long time was kind of languishing in 500 land. But tonight, Zumwalt North kind of passes that dress rehearsal test.
Yep.
of heading to their cross-district rivals in Zumwalt South and Zumwalt West as we wrap up the regular season here. Connor O'Neill had a great game. Braden Miller probably is your player of the game. But the final score here from Liberty, Panthers rolling this one 49-7. Connor O'Neill had 3 rushing touchdowns, also threw for 2. And I think you can put a bow on this one. So for the final time, Panthers win it 49-7. For my partner, Eric Callahan, my name's Tom Hartbeck. Gavin Anderson was on the camera and the computer tonight. We will see you back off of Tom Giving River a Drive next week when the Panthers will play for the helmet against the South Bulldogs. Good night, everybody.